Have you ever looked at a woman and thought, what is she really thinking? One moment she's warm, affectionate, and open. The next, she's distant, silent, and impossible to read. If you've ever felt confused by female behavior, trust me, you're not alone. Today, we're going deep into the female mind, breaking down how women think, why they act the way they do, and what's really going on beneath the surface. By the end of this video, you won't just understand women better, you'll start seeing the patterns behind their emotions, reactions, and choices. So sit back, relax, and let's unlock the female mind, once and for all. Main body, Part 1. The layers of the female mind. Narrator. The female mind isn't a puzzle to be solved. It's a language to be learned. You see, women feel before they think. While men often make decisions based on logic and reasoning, women process the world through emotion and intuition first. That doesn't mean they're irrational, it means they're emotionally intelligent. Their brains are wired to notice subtle signals, changes in tone, facial expression, and energy. For example, when you say, "I'm fine," she doesn't just hear the words. She reads your body language, your energy, and your silence. To her, "I'm fine" might translate as something's wrong, but he doesn't want to talk about it. Women constantly analyze context, not just content. That's why they seem to just know things, like when you're hiding stress or when you're pulling away emotionally. Psychology explains this. The female brain has a larger hippocampus, the area linked to emotion and memory, and a more active mirror neuron system, which helps women empathize deeply. That's why when a woman says, "I just feel like something's off," she's often right. She's not guessing. Her intuition is processing 1,000 microsignals you don't even realize you're giving off. Part 2. What she really wants. Now, let's talk about the question every man asks at some point. What does a woman really want? The truth? It's not about money, looks, or even status. It's about emotional safety. A woman wants to feel understood without judgment. She wants to feel seen without having to explain herself every time. And she wants to feel that your presence is consistent, even when life gets hard. Let me share a story. A guy named Amir once told me he couldn't figure out his girlfriend. He bought her gifts, took her out, said, "I love you." But still, she seemed unhappy. When I asked what their conversations were like, he said, "Well, I usually try to solve her problems when she talks about them." That's when I smiled and said, "That's your first mistake." Most women don't want their problems solved, and they want them heard. When a woman opens up, she's not asking for logic, she's asking for connection. She wants to feel like you're present, not trying to fix her, but trying to understand her world. Because when she feels understood, that's when she feels loved. Part 3. Emotional depth. Let's go even deeper. The female mind operates on emotional rhythm. Think of it like tides in the ocean, constantly moving, never still. Her mood, her energy, her affection, they're all influenced by internal and external emotional waves. Sometimes she needs closeness, other times she needs space. But here's the secret. When she pulls away, it's often not because she stopped caring, it's because she's regrouping. Women emotionally reset by processing feelings internally. If you pressure her to open up when she's not ready, she'll retreat further. But if you give her the space to breathe, she'll come back stronger. Here's what most men don't realize. A woman's mind never stops thinking about the relationship. Even when she's quiet, she's analyzing. How does he really feel? Is he still the same man I fell for? Can I trust him emotionally? When your words and actions stay consistent, she starts to relax. That's when trust is built. And when trust is built, love deepens. Part 4. Why she tests you. Now here's something men misunderstand all the time. Why women test. You've probably heard this term before, and she's testing me. But let's clear something up. Most women don't test to manipulate. They test to feel secure. Here's what I mean. When a woman challenges you, goes quiet after a disagreement, or seems distant after you show weakness, she's not trying to punish you. She's subconsciously asking, can I still trust his strength? Women are naturally drawn to emotional stability, not just confidence, but emotional groundedness. When you stay calm in her storm, when you listen without reacting, when you show that you're not shaken by her moods, that's when she feels safe again. Because deep down, she's thinking, if he can handle me at my worst, he's the kind of man I can trust at my best. That's not a game. That's instinct. Part 5. How she falls in love. Let's talk about the psychology of attraction and love. Men usually fall in love through visual connection, what they see. But women fall in love through emotional consistency, what they feel over time. A woman may be drawn to your looks, your energy, your charm, but she stays for your stability, integrity, and emotional depth. When a woman starts falling in love, her mind becomes a battlefield between logic and emotion. She'll ask herself, can I trust this feeling? Will he hurt me like the others? Is this real or just temporary? That's why in the beginning, many women pull back right when things start getting serious. They're not confused. They're protecting their hearts. But once a woman truly decides to love you, she loves with her entire being. Her loyalty runs deep. Her care becomes instinct. She'll fight for you, defend you, and believe in you even when you doubt yourself. The female mind, when in love, is powerful, nurturing, and fiercely devoted. But to reach that level, she needs to feel emotionally safe first. Part 6. Communication, the key to her mind. Now, if you want to truly unlock a woman's mind, you have to master one thing. Communication. Not just talking. Connecting. Here's a little trick. When she's emotional, don't try to calm her down. Try to understand the emotion behind her words. Instead of saying, you're overreacting, say, I can see this really matters to you. Tell me more. That one line alone can change everything. Why? Because it tells her, you're safe to express yourself with me. That's what every woman wants, and a man who listens not just to respond, but to understand. It's not about saying the perfect thing. It's about being present, patient, and emotionally intelligent enough to make her feel heard. Because when she feels heard, she feels valued. And when she feels valued, her heart opens. Part 7, what she's thinking but never says. Let's unlock the part of her mind she never talks about. Here are the things a woman often thinks but rarely says. I want to feel chosen. Even if she acts independent, deep down she wants to know you choose her. Not just by words, but through your attention, effort, and loyalty. I notice everything. From the tone in your voice to the delay in your reply, she's paying attention. Not to control you, but because she values the emotional connection. I don't need perfection, I need honesty. Women can forgive mistakes, but they struggle to forgive deceit. Be transparent. It builds trust faster than fake perfection ever could. I remember how you made me feel. Words fade, but emotions stay. If you made her feel respected, valued, and safe, she'll never forget you. But if you made her feel small or ignored, she'll never trust you again. These are the unspoken truths of the female mind. Once you understand them, you'll stop guessing what she's thinking and start connecting with what she's feeling. Conclusion. So, what's the real secret to unlocking the female mind? It's not manipulation. It's not game playing. It's emotional awareness. When you start seeing beyond her words and into her emotions, you begin to understand her world. You start realizing that every reaction, every silence, every emotion is a message. A woman doesn't need you to be perfect. She needs you to be present. She doesn't want you to read her mind. She wants you to care enough to try. The female mind isn't something to control, and it's something to honor. Because when you respect the emotional complexity of a woman, you don't just understand her better, you become a better man yourself.